Hello and welcome to this tutorial for creating watch parties for your church. My name is Chris Hendricks and I'm with the Trinfinity group. One of the reasons why we wanted to do this tutorial is really to help you grow your online audience. If you're like most churches over the past several months, you've seen your online numbers really skyrocket as the churches had to close its doors for the most part and go online. What that has done is really created the internet as the front door of the church. And so it's really important that we keep those front doors open even after this portion of our world changes and things go back to what was considered normal. We want to make sure that we're pastoring our community through keeping the front doors of the church open digitally as well. And so what I want to do is just walk you through a couple of things to help you with your Facebook watch parties to continue to see your numbers grow, but also to help your church get a larger, wider audience and cast a wider net. So if you think about it, look at the map here in front of you. And when you think about all the countries in the world where if you have friends from Facebook, where they might be, chances are you've got friends on several continents and around the world. And if you think about countries, you might have some concentrations here and there, but when you host a watch party, one of the greatest things that happens is it takes what the local church is and sends a message to people all around the world and gives them the opportunity to hear the gospel through what your church is doing. And so this really helps your church be able to reach all the way around the world. And we just want to make sure that you understand the importance of continue to keep these doors open and to continue to do watch parties even when we go back to church and gather together again in the future. Continue to host them. Now, one of the first things you want to do is when you go into Facebook is look for your church. So there's this nice little search tab right there. Click on it, and then you'll be able to find your church. Type in your church name, not necessarily what I put on the screen, but type in the name of your church and then see the results for it. Once you find your church, make sure that you've given them a thumbs up, which to like them. And then when you're on their page, I'm going to use my church as the example here. There's 3 dots right there. I want to make sure that you click on those 3 dots, and then you're going to get this menu right in front of you. Make sure you're following them. Following your church just tells them that you're getting the notifications, and over here on the right-hand side of your screen, you're going to take that notification and turn it to on. And what that does is every time your church posts something or they go live, it's going to send you a message that lets you know that, hey, they're live right now. And so it's going to give you the opportunity to either join in and watch live, but it also gives you the opportunity to either share that content or create a watch party. I'm going to walk you through what the differences of those two are to really help you understand when to use either one of those. So let's just talk about sharing first. Now, sharing is a great option for whenever your church is live and say you're doing a men's ministry, a women's ministry, a kids ministry, where you're wanting everyone together in the same room communicating back and forth. And so if you're doing the watch party, it's really separate rooms, if you will. And so this is when you want everyone in the same room talking to each other. The reason why you would want to go with this one. So in this case right here, when it goes live, if you're looking at your Facebook, you'll see the share button right there. You simply click the share button, and then once you're in here, you'll see that you are in there with your friends. As friends of yours on Facebook join, it will let you know when your friends happen to join that particular space. Now, when we go to a watch party, it's a little bit different. You can be in this screen and you can hit the share again, or if you're just actually in the video, you're going to hit the share button. And it's going to give you the opportunity to create a watch party. And again, what a watch party does is creates a separate room apart from the church's live feed that you will now become the host of. This will be sent out to all your friends around the world to tell them that they're going to join you for church. So when it says, say something about your watch party, that's where I say, join me for church this morning. Come hear an incredible message, whatever it might be. There's an invitation to others around the world to join in with you. And they will not be in the church's share pod over there or share video. They're going to be in your particular watch party. And so you'll hit start watch party is what you're going to do after you type in your message. And you'll get a message that says your watch party is about to begin. It'll look like one of these two right here, depending on updates to Facebook, how it does. And then what will typically happen is you're going to have, you'll be in the main share of it. And when somebody joins yours, it's going to count down and take you over to your own watch party once someone joins you. So you'll remain in the church's shared video until people join you. Then it will take you over to yours. One of the things that I like to encourage people to do is as people join your group, just like if they were showing up at church, I want you to greet them. Say hello to them. Good morning, welcome, whatever it might be. There's also an option for you to wave at them. Go ahead and wave at them and talk to them as well. Now, this number in the top left-hand corner there that says live, and it has the number 60 right here, this particular thing, that is how many people are actually watching your church's live feed, okay? And so as that number grows, you'll see it on the picture on the right, it jumped to 111. But in this bottom number, in the bottom right, this purple with the number 8 in it, that is how many people are in your particular watch party. The number at the top of the screen, that one there, the 111, your 8 are included in that 111 that they're watching that. But these 8 people are particularly in mine, and they can't see any comments that are going on in the church's live stream, and people in the church's live stream can't see any of the comments that are going on in here. So understand, you are the host, and this is like having people over to your house for a party. And so you want to make sure that you're a good host. One of the things that I also like to encourage you to do is when your pastor is preaching and he gives you the title, type in the title, type in his points that are in there, any scriptures that he might use or she might use. Make sure you put those in there so that people can read them. Where this is a little bit different than regular church, if you will, is that in a typical building setting, when you attend a church, you go and sit down and attend the whole sermon from start to finish. This is a little bit different. You're going to walk in and people may be coming in and out of your room. That's okay. They might get a text message. They might get a phone call, and they come back in here. By putting in the information that you see here on the screen, it allows them to get caught up. What it also does is when you comment, you like, you hit the heart button, the thumbs up, the laugh, or whatever it might be, that again puts it back and refreshes it in people's feeds as they go along. So people may be joining in the middle of the sermon, at the end of the sermon. They may even join 3 or 4 days after this sermon takes place and join your particular watch party. So keep an eye on that. And that's the reason why you'll see here that I have a bunch of hearts. I like to do a bunch of hearts, just like if it's a point in the sermon where I might say amen or anything else like that. I'm going to hit those hearts. I like to type in an amen along those lines. It's important that you use those emojis that are right down there in the bottom right-hand corner. All right, follow-up comment. As you comment, guess what? Your friends are probably going to start commenting as well. In this case, my friend has come in here and has commented on something that the pastor has said. If I want to like it, I simply need to touch that comment or click on it if you're watching on your computer, and it's going to give you the option to like or reply. In this case, I'm going to jump in there and I'm going to touch it one more time, and it's going to give me the option to reply, or if I hit the reply button, it's going to allow me to do that. And I'm going to type in my response, and then I'm also going to like their comment. At the end of the watch party, this is where it's kind of important as well, is once the sermon is over, the church has ended their live feed, you go and you click the X on the top of the corner there. It's going to give you 3 options. It's going to say end watch party, leave for now, or cancel. When you say end watch party, that's when your watch party ends, even if the sermon continues on. If you just say leave for now or cancel, it's going to continue on for quite a while and create a lot of dead space. So whenever it's over, I like to go ahead and push the end watch party so that it ends right there, and people who are watching later aren't anticipating something else coming up. Another thing that you want to do is go back into, whenever you go back to your feed of your Facebook feed, and just make sure it's there, and it will usually take a few minutes before it's back in there. I like to go in maybe a few hours later and just like or love my own post. What that does again is puts it back in the feed of everyone else. that's following you and that is looking at their Facebook at that time. And then if anyone else comes along and they share your post, go over to theirs, share it, like it, love it, thank them. Those type of things, again, will again put it back and refresh it in the feed. It gives more opportunity for people to be able to see the sermon that's going on at your church. And that's where I push that right there. So some additional items you might want to consider is to follow up with people who viewed with you. Reach out to them, thank them for following and attending church with you. Bless them for the week, whatever it might be. Just reach out to them and let them know that you appreciate them attending church with you, even if it is virtually. Another thing you want to do is encourage anyone who may watch with you to take their next steps. If a salvation message was given and you know that someone in your feed does not know Christ, follow up with them and ask them if they have any questions. Ask them what they thought of the sermon. Thank them for attending, those type of things, and encourage them to take the next step. If your pastor has given a call to action, again, you want to follow up in a couple of days and say, hey, who all has done this? Have you followed up and done the things that pastor has asked us to do? And so we just want to make sure that you're following up with the people, even if they attend another church or maybe they don't attend church anywhere. You want to help them take the next steps, because that's what we believe Christianity is. It's a series of next steps. And then the last thing here is we want you to do this for every service, even the ones you attend in person. So even if you're sitting there in church, make sure you turn your volume down, but go ahead, create that watch party while you're sitting there in church and invite your friends who may be afraid to step foot in a church or not know what church is like, to be able to attend with you. And then you could just keep up with them right there on your phone, there at the service. So that's all I have for this. It's a real simple tutorial for you. Again, my name is Chris Hendricks. I'm with the Trinfinity Group, and I'm showing you here my website. These are some things that we typically do for businesses, for churches, schools, whatever it might be. We offer leadership development, virtual training, DISC personality styles, faith-based leadership, whatever it might be. We'd be happy to help you out with that. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me. It's chris@trinfinitygroup.com. That's my email address. And I look forward to talking to you in the future.